Hey, that's it. I've had it.
You've had what?
She's a crazy woman, and now she's upstairs. And ladles are mysteriously flying out of the kitchen.
Who's upstairs?
Suki's upstairs.
Suki's at home.
No, Suki's supposed to be at home. And then I didn't strain the sauce twice, so she came here to drive me crazy, and she brought her loony husband with her.
Jackson's here? How am I missing all this?
I don't know, and I don't care. I'm through. I'm not taking this anymore.
What do you mean you're not taking it anymore? What are you gonna do?
You want to know what I'm going to do? Nothing. Because I'm in a relationship with you, and you know very well I can't leave. All I can do is come out here and say I'm through and pretend I have a leg to stand on, and then march back into that kitchen and keep doing the job. But oh boy, I'm gonna be thinking about what I would have done if we weren't in a relationship, even though that would mean I wouldn't be in this position in the first place. Excuse me. My problem is that I'm spending the day teaching a bunch of kids how to use tools which won't properly fit in their hands for another 8 to 10 years because you signed me up to do it, and then you're not even there when you're supposed to be.
Well, you could have said no.
I could have said no. Have you tried saying no to Bradley when he's got a giant inhaler shoved in his mouth?
No.
Well, you can't. What the hell am I looking at?
What are you...
Yenta tripped.
What?
She tripped just as she was heading out to tell Avram about Ruckel.
The shoemaker's daughter.
Yes, she's trying to fix him up with Avram's son.
But she's almost blind. She can hardly see.
Hey, I am not doing a bit with you here. The kid tripped because her dress was too long.
Okay, is she hurt?
Of course she's not hurt, but she completely blew her entrance. And all the people of Anatevka are standing around with their goats, and she tripped and had to reset the goats.
Luke.
And if you were there where you were supposed to be, her costume would have fit, and Yenta wouldn't have tripped. There is something I want, but I've been holding back.
As we suspected.
Let's hear it.
Okay, you know, Nicole and I went on a cruise, right?
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the first night on the boat, we went to see an act that everyone was raving about. We go in, sit down, they close the door. Turned out to be a guy playing musical drinking glasses, you know, with the half-filled cups that give off different tones. He played Mozart, and I swear I could hear Mozart banging on his coffin. Out of politeness, we stayed, and there went an hour of our lives. Next night, sign in front of the theater said the entertainment for the night was a guy singing the songs of Sinatra. We verified with the guy at the door. The songs of Frank Sinatra, right? Not Tina, not Frank Jr., not Bill Sinatra, but old Blue Eyes. Yes, he says it's like Frank come to life. We go in, sit down, they close the door, then they announce that the guy singing Sinatra is sick and the glass-playing guy is filling in. Out he comes, there goes another hour. Next night, we meet a nice couple while walking the Lido deck. Have some nice conversation, so we have dinner with them. Everything's going great. Then they invite us to go somewhere afterwards. Guess where they took us? That's right, to see the glass guy. 3 nights in a row, 3 hours total. Well, that's what I want. I want those 3 hours back. Really? Well, then where the hell were you when she got the chicken pox but only eat mashed potatoes for a week? Or where were you when she graduated high school or started college, huh? Who the hell moved her mattress into her dorm and out of her dorm and back into her dorm again? I ate chocolate. And I don't know a lot about dogs, but I do know they shouldn't eat chocolate. I went to the animal hospital and they were closed, and I called Babette and she told me where you lived. And you gotta do something, because this is not my dog. This is my fiance's dog. She loves him. She named him Paul Anka, which may on the surface not seem like a sign of love, but if you knew her, you'd get it. And believe me, there's a lot of ways I could screw up this relationship, but I cannot lose her over the fact that I killed her dog. I've heard enough. This is my relationship. Mine. Not yours, not yours, not yours. Yours, but not yours. Mine and hers, but not yours. There's not going to be any more debating about whether or not it's a good idea if we're in a relationship, because we're in a relationship. I was having a dream, too. I was shopping for a car, and I wanted to see the trunk space, and because I have a truck, and it's convenient to haul things, so I wanted to see what the deal with the car was. And the salesman opened it. I asked him how many cubic feet it was, and he looked it up in the manual. And I was satisfied, so when he closed the hood, the bells rang. It all happened so fast.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you're on this boat in the middle of nowhere and everything's moving, and you feel weird all the time. There's this endless supply of food and drink. Midnight buffets, by the way, are the reason the rest of the world hates us, and everyone around us was either in love, engaged, or celebrating their 100th wedding anniversary, and we were having a good time. There you go.
There you go.
Of course, the next morning we both woke up and realized we'd lost our minds. We tried to ignore it for a while, you know, went snorkeling, but by the time we hit land, we were separated, and now we're getting divorced. You think everything is your business. Everything is about you. Well, here's a news flash. Some things are not about you.
Why are you yelling at me?
If I want to move in with Nicole, it concerns her and it concerns me, and that is it.
Yeah, I know.
It does not concern you. It is none of your business. I don't have to tell you anything. And you do not have the right to make me feel guilty because I didn't tell you anything.
I wasn't trying.
I have been tying my own shoes since I was 4. I have been repairing my own car since I was 14. And I have been making my own decisions since I could crawl.
What does any of that have to do with anything?
I owe you nothing.
Fine.
Nothing.
Fine.
And shovel your walk. It is a safety hazard, and you can't just walk past it and ignore the fact that the snow is up to your ass. Tom called. The banister on the stairs has to be replaced. It'll be $4,000. Tamsin Corbally called. He needs a deposit on the quarter sawn oak. It'll be $4,000. Julio the landscaper called. I have no idea what he said, but it's going to be $4,000. Vicky from Vicky's Horse Supply called. She thinks pepper and gun smoke would suit your needs, but gun smoke snores, so the stables can't be too close to the guests' bedrooms. Rory's looking for her black Converse, and one last thing. I'm not taking messages for you anymore.
Sorry.
What did you do? Have business cards printed up?
People just know I'm here a lot.
I missed a call from my meat guy because I was on the phone discussing Gunsmoke's deviated septum. What a threat! Well, you're a real master of fear there, Ed. Look out, Jason and Freddie. Ed may never mooch off of either one of you ever again.
So when I said, what about the kids, I didn't mean, what about our kids? I mean, yes, obviously, what about our kids? But I didn't mean we had to have any kids, because we don't. But we can. I just didn't want you to think that I was laying down some kind of a mandate. I mean, kids, it's plural, so it sounds like a lot, but we can just have one kid, one's fine, or more if you want more, or we don't have to have any kids. We could just get a plant.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
I bought a house, Twickham House. I bought it for us. I don't have it anymore. I could probably get it back, but I just thought you should know that I bought it for the kids that we don't have to have. It's a big house, and we don't have to fill it up with kids. You know, we could get furniture. You know, go shopping for a couch or get some end tables. I hate shopping for furniture. For me, kids are easier.
Nothing. It's just, you know, you got a Frisbee up here?
A what?
A Frisbee, just sitting up here. I mean, what are you thinking with that?
It's not my Frisbee.
So it just walked up here on its own?
Luke, there is a lost Frisbee on the roof of every suburban home in America. No less a luminary than Garrison Keillor said that. It's not that big a deal.
Every roof, huh? Well, that's a great use of plastic. She'd open up the paper to the back, and there's these stupid pictures of a guy and a girl. Bill's a chiropractor, Nancy's a teacher. They met square dancing. They're on their honeymoon in Florida, and they got these smiles on their faces like their lives are gonna work out the way they dreamt or something, suckers. Those things. Oh, fine, maybe I shouldn't have told her anything. Maybe I should have kicked her out, ignored her, whatever. But you gotta understand something. I'm in the middle. Yeah, she's your daughter, but I'm in the middle. I know you don't want my opinion on this, but you're both being dumb, and you should be talking. There. I won't say anything more about any of this again, ever.